In a related development, the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria has urged the U.S. Congress to withdraw its recommendation for targeted sanctions after lawmakers linked the group to serious violations of religious freedom in Nigeria. In a resolution introduced on November 4, Smith Christopher, member of the House of Representatives, recommended visa bans and asset freezes as sanctions on members of Maga and the Miyetti Allah Hore. Speaking at a press conference on Sunday in Abuja, Baba Ngelzama, Maga president, said the association had written the U.S. Congress through the American embassy in Abuja, urging lawmakers to strike its name from the list of entities. So much going on. Let's begin the conversation with the most recent incident of the schoolgirls' abduction. And to discuss that, we have retired Major General Chris Olukolade. Thank you for being here with us tonight. General, with this latest abduction in Kebbi, many Nigerians are drawing chilly comparisons to the Chibok and Dapchi cases. What does this say about the evolution or lack of our counter-kidnapping strategy in the Northwest, especially around our schools?
Well, thank you for having me. This incident is another embarrassing dimension of our security situation. And from all indications, it gives a lot of concern. With the review you made earlier, this will be the 6th of such incidents since the degeneration in our security situation. Ordinarily, the assumption was that this tendency was going down because of measures in place for schools protection. But with this incident, gives another reason to not only pay attention to that dimension of the security situation, but to step up measures to protect our schools and children.
Given the trauma, the media attention, and the global scrutiny these attacks bring, why do you think these patterns of mass schoolgirls abductions keep repeating itself? What are we missing strategically or institutionally?
What we are losing is the assurance to our children and even the nation that they are secure, and also indicating some degeneration in the situation security-wise. And worst of all, giving the impression that the security situation is not very palatable. The incident in this instance also tend to give some credence or some encouragement to terrorists to have a feel that they are succeeding, as against the belief that their outfits have been, degenerated. But from this instance, they want to give the impression that they are still very much in action. It could be propaganda apart, but they are scoring that point, unfortunately. And what it means is that the necessity to curtail this menace still remains very necessary.
In your view, what practical military or perhaps joint force response should now be deployed immediately, not just to rescue these girls, but to deter future attacks?
You're right, and I believe that measure is on. Normally, in situations like this, the concern is to ensure that these children are rescued unhurt and as quickly as possible, to reunite with their families, but also to assure the public and the nation that the security of their children in school and even their societies are still guaranteed by the efforts of government agencies. In this instance, you will note that there are a lot of operations all over the Federation, and that will mean that the clamor for the whole of society approach to improving our security see so much in need. That means everybody has an input to make. This instance is not just even the military. I think all the entire security apparatus. In the instance of this latest abduction, evidently the focus will not be on the military, but on the security agencies in that area, considering the fact that major military operations are, yes, some are ongoing in that Kebbi State, but not as overwhelming as the other parts of the nation. And for that reason, it calls for the input of everybody. You will see that at the moment, it is the state government that is handling the information on this situation. And what this means is everybody should be working to ensure that we achieve that desire to have these children back as quickly as possible and upwards.
I mean, these situations are avoidable. When we had the Chibok and the Dapchi and the other boys that were kidnapped, we got assurances that schools in known high-risk zones will be protected, but they are still vulnerable despite all the promises of reinforced security. How can we improve preparedness around schools, especially in volatile areas?
In reference to the Chibok incidents, you know that that's the first of such incidents that shocked the nation. And like you mentioned, after that, a lot of measures were put in place to assure safety in schools. These incidents should make us know that we should rev up those arrangements and ensure that our schools are safe. The Safe School initiative of government since the Chibok incident should be revved up and improved upon. And I think this is a wake-up call for agencies that not just in areas that are prone to massive military operations, but all over the Federation. Naturally, the terrorists will look at places that look vulnerable and less protected to attack and score this kind of points they have scored in this instance. So the agencies should rev up that arrangement for safe school and ensure that every Nigerian is alert to ensure that not just incidents of this nature, but the tendency of terrorists to penetrate our societies and come right into the city to perpetrate mayhem, is reduced or at least curtailed.
All right, General Chris Olukolade, thank you very much for speaking with us.
Thank you for the privilege. Good evening.